I keep saying this, actually, and I've actually looked back at some of my later editions of this. It seems to be frequently having to say this. I think this is at least the third time I've had to say this on this show, how I really don't like getting politics involved in my videos and streams. But again, we've got a situation where it's kind of unavoidable. And especially now, of all times, I have to do this. I really wish I could distract you guys away from this. But of course, in the wake of the Supreme Court's overturning of Roe versus Wade, there were reports coming out of this young girl, 10 years old, in Ohio. How she was sexually assaulted, became pregnant as a result of that assault, and because of Ohio's new anti-abortion rules, was forced to travel across state lines from Ohio to Indiana in order to receive an abortion. And this girl has since been targeted by many anti-abortion advocates in the state of Ohio, including the Attorney General of Ohio, Dave Yost. I think a number of you are already knowing where this might be going. Anyway, people like Mr. Yost had basically gone so far as to even claim that this story about the 10-year-old girl wasn't real at all. Until her assailant was finally pressed charges. He had charges pressed against him. And so a bunch of people have chosen to go onto social media and try to publicly shame Mr. Yost. And you know, you want to do that, that's your choice. I've probably done stuff like that myself before. But the problem is, because people are stupid, a number of people, including one in particular who I'm going to show you right now, in their attempt to try to publicly shame Dave Yost, the Attorney General of the state of Ohio, their vilifications ended up instead being directed at David Yost, aka the actor most known for playing Billy Cranston, aka the Blue Ranger, on the original Mighty Morphin Power Rangers. Of course, what makes this worse is the fact that, for those not in the know, David Yost, the actor, is homosexual. And one of the main reasons he ended up leaving Power Rangers, I think he actually has one of the longest tenures in the history of the franchise. It may be only second to Jason David Frank. He was there for the entire 3 seasons of Mighty Morphin, and then most of the Zeo series. And one of the main reasons he ultimately left Power Rangers was because of all of the bullying and homophobic acts committed against him by members of the production staff of Power Rangers. I want to point out, he was never bullied. He was never bullied by anyone in the actual cast. In fact, to this day, I believe he's still very close friends with Amy Jo Johnson. But then, just the fact that he's already had to deal with so much crap during his time as an actor, And now you gotta deal with this crap. And I will point out, you may notice, I have whited out the name and Twitter handle of the person who actually sent this tweet saying, Ohio Addy General David Yost is a lying, incompetent POS. I whited that out, especially because, for what it's worth, this person has since deleted this tweet. So I give them that much credit, that at least they owned up to their mistake in that regard. But still, some damn research, people. This is probably the worst thing about social media, I'm going to perfectly tell you. I mean, you want to go invent your political, social, economic issues on Twitter or Facebook or whatever. Look, freedom of speech, that's your right. But if you're gonna do it, get your target right. Because that's probably the worst thing, is when people get accused of, get bombarded with stuff that isn't even their fault just because they share the same name. I think that's probably why I still go by Rowdy most of the time, because it's so damn unique.